This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Don't shake your body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Only you, nobody else but Randall, can call wildcard games.
That's it, man.
Wow.
That's an excerpt from the mind of the married man, Bobby Slayton, who was in this piece maybe back in 02.
Another one of my shattered dreams.
Yeah.
It was a show that nobody, this is an amazing thing. Mind of the Married Man was on HBO for 2 seasons, about 2001, 2002.
Yeah.
It was on between The Sopranos, Curb Your Enthusiasm, arguably 2 of the greatest shows in the history of television that everybody watched, everybody talked about work the next day. And I'd say to people, well, I was on Mind of the Married Man. It was on between the 2 shows. Nobody saw it. And I think what happened was it wasn't really misogynistic or sexist, but guys were getting happy endings, go to massage parlors, playing golf. And a lot of guys told me that after The Sopranos, before Curb came on, they'd shut the TV off because if they watched this, their wives would give them crap. Is that what you would do? Is that what you like?
Yeah.
So nobody watched our show.
Now, what happened was in between those shows is
Great story.
when you took a you took a shit break, and I would take about 20 minutes. So when you came back from the shit break, Curb Your Enthusiasm would be on, so we never got to see your show.
That was a more dramatic, colorful way of putting it. Yes, yes. Meanwhile, I love doing your show, and I'll tell you because between Opie and Ron and Fez, I feel like I'm taking a break. You do those 2 shows, you feel like you're getting interrogated. Every time I do Ron and Fez, you know what it's like? It's like getting a tattoo or a prostate examination. You go in, I don't know why I'm here. I didn't want to do this. If this is horrible, and once it's over, you feel relieved. That's what they're doing those 2 shows. I mean, I love them because they plug my gig, which you haven't done. Gotham Comedy Club. I can't even get a word in with this guy. Gotham Comedy Club, Friday, Saturday night here in lovely New York City.
You know what? It's interesting because you love our show. By the way, people, if you didn't know, Bobby Slayton is here and he's performing at the Gotham Comedy Club tomorrow night here in New York City. Do they do this? If you want tickets, call 212-367-9000. Do they do that?
No, they didn't do that. And by the way, you can say I was the only white guy with a line in Dreamgirls. I was the only white guy that talked.
That was you.
Yeah, that was me. Only white guy. Yeah.
In Dreamgirls,
I
right?
played a racist comedian who brings on Eddie Murphy and does some really racist jokes, like like Don Rickles in the 1950s. Mind of the Married Man, another annoying fast-talking Jew.
Yeah.
Of course, Ed Wood, fast-talking Jew. Bandits with Bruce Willis, fast-talking annoying Jew.
Yeah.
Joey Bishop of the Rat Pack, fast-talking annoying Jew. And then people go, Bobby, you're such a great actor. Why? I'm a fast-talking, annoying Jew. It's not like Robert De Niro. I gained 100 pounds to play Jake LaMotta. I learned how to play violin and speak German like Meryl Streep. I'm the same idiot whatever I do, here or whatever.
Did you see? Did Meryl Streep? Did she play Julia Roberts too?
Julia Roberts? You
not
mean
Julia Roberts?
Julia Childs?
Childs, right?
Yeah,
that was Meryl Streep.
Yeah,
and she learned how to speak French for that.
Yeah, well, that's why everything I do. I'm
do
the same
you
idiot.
speak any other languages?
Wait,
hold up. Do you speak Hebrew?
No, I just got back from Israel.
Oh,
my God. Funny story. I was in Israel 3 weeks ago, before this nonsense started. I did a tour, and they've been doing this tour for 7 years. They bring comedians to these old towns in Israel, and they told me, Bobby, you got to work super clean for the ultra-Orthodox Jews. I mean, stuff I couldn't even do on the Tonight Show. It was so clean, no jokes about body parts or porn. And I said, I've been doing stand-up comedy for 35 years. I can work really clean, and I'm going through all my stuff. And then last week, I'm in Montreal doing the Nasty Show at the Montreal Comedy Festival, which you should come up to sometime.
Can I be your guest?
Yes. I mean, it is, well, a lot of people broadcast out of there,
Does your daughter go?
My daughter?
Yeah.
No, why would my daughter's not in comedy? I don't think my wife. Because you want to see my daughter. Oh, yeah. But by the way, I'm glad you brought that up. My daughter, who's you don't play top 40 here, but she's in this band G.R.L. Girl, and they just did a song with Pitbull.
Oh, did they? What's it called?
It was called Wild Wild Love. And they did the iHeart Music Awards a couple of months ago. She opened up the show with Pitbull, and she toured with him for a little while with her band G.R.L. And now I got her teenage fans going, oh, you took your name from Pitbull? I go, I was at Pitbull of Comedy 35 years ago, before Pitbull was probably born.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you are Pitbull of Comedy.
Pitbull of Comedy.
Did you sue him for that?
Well, why? It's not like first of all, that's not my style. Second of all, my daughter's singing with the guy.
Yeah.
I thought about let him be Pitbull. I'm tired of using it anyway. It hasn't gotten me anywhere. If he could do something with Pitbull, more power to the guy. But I got these little kids who are fans of G.R.L., my daughter's band, and they go, and I get that too about, people see my show and go, you're an insult comic. Where did you get that from, Lisa Lampanelli? And I love Lisa.
Yeah.
But, I have been doing this for a long time.
Yeah. Real quick, you went over to Israel.
Yeah.
You said before the nonsense started.
Yeah.
We were talking about this today.
Yeah.
How many people are dying over there.
Yeah.
Hamas and Palestine
Right.
aren't agreeing. They don't have the same philosophy.
Right.
Israel is pissed off at the
Right.
United States. What do you make of all this?
Well, you know, if you want a political statement, I'm the guy to come to. I'm your go-to guy. Who needs Bill Maher, CNN, and Jon Stewart? I'm here for you. Who needs Fox News? I'm ready. First of all, I don't like to get political, but I'll tell you one thing, and this sums it all up. Palestine. Stein. Jewish name, Jewish area. It's Palestine. It's not it's Stein.
Oh.
It's Jerusalem. It's not America. It's Jerusalem. That ends the question right there.
And that's the answer?
I should be a politician or a school teacher. I love helping people.
Bobby Slayton, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
All right, and then he's performing at Gotham Comedy Club tomorrow night.
Actually, what's today? Wednesday? I don't even know. I start Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
I came in. You know what's great?
You start Friday?
I start Friday,
okay.
But I came in from the Montreal Comedy Festival, which, like I said, it's mind-boggling. I've been hosting the show called The Nasty Show for 25 years.
Yeah.
And everybody from Dave Attell to Chris Rock to Louis C.K., when we could afford them all, Jim Norton, everybody does this show. And it's become the most popular show at the festival. And we sold out 13 shows, 1,000 seats. And with Don Rickles and you know, you get Dave Chappelle playing up there, you get Louis C.K. I mean, it's so much talent. And yet the people in that town are so supportive of comedy.
Yeah, they
and
love it.
you asked if my daughter went up there. That's why it's great. I don't take her. I don't take my wife. And that's how I stay married. I'm here in New York with no wife. I'm having a great time. I'm having the greatest time ever.
Hey, Bobby Slayton, man. Hey, hang out with us, man. We're going to do some Celebrity Wire news. And then I'd love to get your comments on it. Up next, 41 minutes into the hour. If you're in the tri-state area, go to Gotham Comedy Club this Friday night. See Bobby Slayton. He'll be there live. He's with us, formerly known as the Pitbull of Comedy. He has officially dropped that here on this show.
Because of Pitbull,
because of Pitbull is selling more records than him. He's pissed. Pitbull is doing duets with his daughter. He's pissed about the studio time they spend, late hours.
You know, the girls used to come over to the house. You know, they're all about 26 years old, you know, G.R.L. And they're all beautiful girls. And they, last summer, it was very funny. A friend of mine called me up when they were the Pussycat Dolls at the time, before they changed to G.R.L. A buddy of mine calls me up. He works for Nick at Night. He goes, Bobby, when the girls finally come play the Hollywood Bowl or whatever, you got to get my kid tickets. He got a 7-year-old daughter. I said, I got a better idea. I'm off work for a couple of weeks. Let me call the girls, have them come over for a pool party. So you got these 5 beautiful... No, I did it for the kid. I did it for the children. And the little girls came over. It was like, you know, if I was 10 and somebody said, come over and meet the Beatles at my house. So I had a little swim party. My wife's out of town, which really has nothing to do with it. I just thought I'd add some color to it. And I'm cooking and barbecuing. And you got these 5 hot young ladies. And of course, my wife can't wait to remind me they're your daughter's age. Which, you know what? So I don't think about my daughter when I look at hot young women. No. I look at old women. I don't think about my wife. That's what I tell her. Hey, it's a Statue of Liberty. I better call home. You know? Exactly.
Wow.
I'm keeping it real. Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, his wife listens to Shade 4-5. You know what that means.
Oh, that's right. I can't do that joke anymore. My wife, oh, my God. I forgot she listens to this dumb show of yours.
Has she started twerking yet?
No, here's what my wife does. Okay, look, you know how much I love you, okay? And I know I'm an old fart, but I grew up with the Motown, the soul, the R&B. I love Al Green. I still have, every time Otis Redding comes on, Dock of the Bay, I turn it up. I love, you know, the Supremes, the Tops, and all that Phillies, all that music. So when I sit there, I listen to the old R&B stuff, I listen to the blues, and then I'm cooking. That's what I do when I'm in the kitchen. I don't want to be bothered. My wife will, can I help you cook? Leave me alone. I got the blues on. I got Motown. And then I'll go take a leak or take a break, and I come back, and your dumb station is on. I go, why are you putting, I didn't mean that in the nicest way. Like, why do you have to listen to this? She says to me the other night, Marvin Gaye comes on. I turn it up full blast. My wife walks in the kitchen and says, don't you get tired of listening to the same crap over and over and over? I go, yeah, shut up.
It took Sexy a second for that one. That took her a second.
Stop talking.
Man, I think it's cool that your wife likes Drake, Kendrick Lamar.
She's hip.
Yeah, that's good.
I have no idea who these people are.
Yeah, 2 Chainz.
That's my daughter. No,
Gucci Mane.
They're all doing great. It's great stuff. Okay.
Hey, man, we got these stories. Like, Tracy dug up these stories.
I know
Bobby.
what you do.
Okay, and I just want to get your take on some of these stories. Go ahead, Tracy.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about Floyd Mayweather. Because, you know, the average breathing human being would not dare to talk smack about him. But Nelly, I guess he considers himself above average. They kind of been beefing.
Nelly the rapper?
Of course I do. I'm not that old. Yes.
So Nelly and Floyd Mayweather, they've had this beef that's been going on for a long time.
About what?
About women. Vagina. So Nelly is currently with the ex-fiance of Floyd Mayweather, Shantae Jackson. And then Floyd Mayweather was supposedly trying to get something going on with Ashanti, Nelly's ex, right? So Nelly, he was doing an interview of ESPN. And when he was sitting down being asked to explain this beef.
Was it a birthday?
Shush. This is what he said about Floyd Mayweather.
You know, now he's one of those people that I don't think likes the word no said to him. You know, and I think if anybody does that, I think that's what kind of gets underneath his skin a little bit. But I don't know. You know, it's kind of hard talking to a guy who hasn't graduated from high school.
Ooh, was that even? That was ooh for Bobby Slayton.
Yeah, yeah. You know what my take is. Both these guys can get so many women, and both these guys have so much money. You know, if I was at that point, you know, I would just. It's not worth fighting anymore. You know, you watch all these shows and TMZ, and everybody's an asshole. It's not even worth the aggravation. You have money. You got a great looking broad. Shut up. You know,
but that's what I said. Yeah. If I had that much money, you think I'd be worried? I wouldn't even. Are you kidding? What time is the high tide so I can go bass fishing?
Don't put your envy on blast.
Yeah, what else you got, Tracy?
Okay, so something we definitely have to touch on his mega controversial, polarizing topic starring Nicki Minaj and her supersized derriere. So, Bobby, I don't know if you've seen this, but get an eyeful of her single cover for Anaconda. So she's squatting down from the back. She got her chunky cakes on display. And a lot of people are like, okay, why are you doing this? Why are you going off this hypersexual image? What about all of, you know, the young kids who are your stans?
Well, by the way, if your wife keeps listening to this station, you're going to come home, she's going to be posed like that. So
I would love that. Matter of fact, it's been so long, if I came home and a guy was like that, I'd probably get horny. That's how desperate I am.
Wow.
Well, a lot of people, you know, they're worried because a lot of her fans are so impressionable because they're still in high school. And a voice that a lot of folks were surprised to hear saying such adamant statements about this image is Chuck Creekmur. He's the CEO of allhiphop.com. He wrote an open letter to Nicki, and he was basically pleading with her and spoke about how when he first contacted Nicki, he's been a supporter for so many years, she was trying to get away from this image to the point where her handlers asked him to take down a certain photo. So he's saying how, you know, being a father, he's just not really into this. And we have Chuck on the line.
Chuck, good morning, Chuck. How you doing, Chuck? Chuck is a reputable journalist who created
All Hip-Hop,
who trailblazed hip hop being covered on social media platforms with allhiphop.com years ago, and who has always reported factually about what goes on in the world of hip hop music and otherwise. Chuck, we are joined by Bobby Slayton, formerly known as the Pitbull of Comedy.
Yes. Now, Dr. Bobby Slayton.
What's up, Bobby?
I'm now Dr. Bobby Slayton, who has an opinion on this whole problem.
Before you dive into that, Bobby,
go right ahead.
We asked a couple questions for Chuck so you can hear the whole story. All right. Chuck, you wrote this, and what did you say in your address to Nicki Minaj?
In my piece, I wrote what I thought was a pretty honest piece, just basically, I started it off saying that we have supported your career and your life and times, et cetera, et cetera. And, and I ended it off on what I would consider a loving note as well. But the piece really stems from this moment where, Nicki's folks asked us or me, came to me directly to remove the infamous lollipop image that Nicki once took many, years ago. Mm-hmm. And that there was, a shift in direction, image-wise.
So the lollipop image was Nicki with a lollipop in her mouth in a bikini or something like that, crouched down?
Like a bathing suit type of thing. Yeah, kind of reminiscent of Lil' Kim's image in the 90s.
Okay,
similar.
I wanted to show Bobby Slayton so you could get all the tools. Okay,
I see it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Chuck. And then so you felt you felt compassionate to utilize allhiphop.com to make this statement. Why?
Well, actually, believe it or not, I do a fatherhood column on Mommy Noir, which is another website. So the article posted on Mommy Noir and ran from there. So it actually, which has been a point of contention by some people, but the article never actually appeared on All Hip Hop. So it showed up on last Friday on Mommy Noir.
Okay. Did you get any response from Nicki's people?
No, I haven't heard directly from anyone affiliated with Nicki as far as I know. I haven't gotten anything.
Okay, now Bobby Slayton's daughter has shown her ass in many ways.
Boy.
Well, I mean, she has. With the Pussycat Dolls, and he's a father as well. And what do you think about what Chuck Creekmur is saying?
Well, first of all, now the band, if you go online and look at my daughter's band, G.R.L, they do dress like hookers.
Okay.
But high-class ones, the Julia Roberts kind, not crack whores. But they dress like hookers, but yet they can dance and sing, and most importantly, they fight crime. So they are actually, one of them turns into fire, one of them is elastic, and they don't like to publicize that because they like to do things under the radar. So they're doing some good for society. And with this, you know, and the thing with posing, with the lollipop and the butt cheeks, you know, I don't think a lot of girls, you know, it goes back to Janet Jackson. I don't think after that whole wardrobe malfunction that any young girl went to a football game and took off her bra. You know, when I was a kid, I watched the Three Stooges, and when Mo hit Larry in the head with a shovel, it never crossed my mind to do it. When Tweety Bird stuck dynamite up Sylvester's butt, I never said, "Where's the cat? Where are the firecrackers?" I mean, there are people that do that, but most people look at this. It's an album cover, and then you know.
Well, but in hip hop cultures, you know, how do you respond to that, Chuck? Like, you know, that maybe because people could. I'm not talking about adults. We're talking about young girls.
Yeah, we're talking about kids. I mean, I think if you know. I do agree to a certain extent. I think we're in different times right now, and you know, in the story I wrote, I articulated, you know, my influences, which were, you know, a whole nother era of hip hop, but Chuck D in particular, you know, and I stated that, you know, this guy is a part of my life, you know, in many different ways, and he shaped and molded how I saw the world, my what some would say activism, but really just how I saw the world and my belief that there's another way. And so I agree with what he said, but we're not talking about the Three Stooges here, you know, and definitely not Tweety Bird or Sylvester. We're talking about artists that really are representative of people. They certainly are leading people. How they lead them and how they represent these folks or themselves is influential. And I'm not really, you know, and I want to be clear. I don't hate Nicki Minaj. I'm not bashing Nicki Minaj. I feel like there were a number of ways any type of letter could have been written. And lastly, I'm not singling her out. I you know, Sway, you know how we do.
Yeah.
You know, we're living participants in hip hop. So hip hop is a different animal, and so, you know, a lot of people just discovered my writing off of this piece. But if you really read, I've had a lot to say about different artists. You know, Rick Ross, I had something to say. Again, all of this is said lovingly. You know what I mean? Because I'm not bashing artists. I understand art is art. The people I grew up were not perfect. Ice-T, Ice Cube, you know, these guys, a lot of these guys were really hard on women, but they also had duality to what they do. Yeah. So, you know, so I wrote a piece back in, you know, it was a while ago now. I've written a lot of stuff, but in 2007 I wrote a piece called Hip Hop Owes Women an Apology. And it really talked about really everything that I'm currently being criticized about. So I'm probably going to end up republishing that just you know, just to give people a heads up.
That you're consistent. This is something you've done for years, and you have a legacy.
So I support women. Yeah. I support women in all forms, in many different forms. But as it relates to my daughter, that's something I don't play with. Yeah. And so I need people to understand that my daughter comes first before anything.
Okay.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? So, Chuck, I want to because we got to wrap up, but I want to offer way people can reach you directly. Anybody tuned in to the sound of our voices, how can they reach you directly if they got a comment and then they can see the article for themselves?
Well, well, you can go to mommynoir.com, mommynoire.com. I'm at Chuck Creekmur, ChuckCreekmur. I just want people to come intelligent. I'm getting a lot of stupid people. I mean, literally, stupid
well, it's
people.
Social media, bro.
That's
not where you go to find intelligence.
Right. I mean, a lot of interesting dialogue with also intelligent people as well.
Okay.
But I just want people to understand it's from a father's perspective, and it's from a concerned hip-hop citizen's perspective as well. I think Nicki is capable of many things, and you know, and it's really from that place.
Yeah, but so Chuck, just out of curiosity, when you used to watch Tweety Bird or you used to watch Roll Runner the Coyote, you never thought to like drop a piece of metal on one of your friends' heads or nothing like that, or push them off a cliff? No.
No, but however, when we watched wrestling back in the day, I would be quick to DDT somebody. So
okay.
You know, the guy you have a great point because those weren't real. You know, when you look at real role models, I developed a coke habit because Keith Richards did it. So who am I to talk?
Yeah,
I said, if the Stones can do blow, I can do blow. So I guess I'm as guilty as anybody else.
Bobby Slayton, ladies and gentlemen. Chuck, man, thank you for your time, bro.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks, Sway.
Hey, Chuck.
All right, thank you.
Who do you have for the Maidana Mayweather 2?
Oh, you know, I rock with Mayweather. I think Mayweather played with Maidana so that everybody will think that he has a shot. I know Mayweather got this.
Okay, thank you,
He's
Chuck.
controversial. Yeah, yes, sir.
Chuck Creekmur, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Bobby, man, it's always great having you up here,
Hey,
man.
well, man, thanks for having me on. I always appreciate it.
Yeah, Bobby Slayton, man. You got Twitter yet and all that stuff?
I'm the Pitbull of Comedy. Yes, of course. What else am I going to be?
The Pitbull of Comedy.
For now, until Pitbull sues me, yes.
Okay, yeah, great. So reach for him at the Pitbull of Comedy. Don't forget Gotham Comedy Club Friday night. Bobby Slayton will be there. We're going to take your comments on today's show. If you want to reach Tracy G, you can reach her where?
At It's Tracy G.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.